To the rolling circus, which is the lives of Harry and Meghan. The fallout from his memoir Spare continues to play out in public. The couple becoming really a laughingstock now around the world. I'm pleased to say joining us now, news editor of TalkTV, Sarah Hewson from London. I mean, Sarah, they say all publicity is good publicity. I suppose, given how many copies of Spare Harry's been able to sell, it kind of rings true. But from a PR perspective, Harry and Meghan have become a laughingstock around the world. And I think he just needs to shut up now.
Well, you're right on the book sales. I mean, the publishers, Penguin Random House, will be loving this publicity, Gary, because it's now been confirmed by the Guinness Book of World Records that this is the fastest selling non-fiction book of all time. Just here in the UK alone, 750,000 copies sold in 1 week. And we know that it's been a bestseller globally as well. But in terms of Harry's reputation, yes, as you said, that he has been mocked, not just here in the UK, not just in Australia, but also in the United States, where I think they might have been hoping for a more welcoming audience, perhaps. Jimmy Kimmel, perhaps the most brutal of those on his US late night show, with a twist on the story of the Princess and the Pea, his version, The Prince and the Penis, referring to one of the most notable moments, potentially, from Harry's book, where he talked about getting frostbite in his nether regions after a trip to the Arctic. And in terms of the popularity ratings, I think the Sussexes will also be disappointed, because we know that they would have been expecting a cynical reception here in the United Kingdom. But in the United States as well, it seems that audiences are tiring of this, because Harry's popularity ratings have fallen by 45 points to -7 in a month alone.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think the serious part, of course, is the warnings from the Iran Foreign Ministry, getting caught in international politics. I mean, I think he's gone from being a laughingstock to a liability, and perhaps he's maybe in hiding. Maybe they've told him to shut up. I mean, the whole world knows he has no security detail. There's a very porous border in the south of America, you know, from Mexico. He's made himself a very, very big target. I think Spare is going to go pear-shaped.
Well, I mean, he does have security now, but it's security that he has to fund for himself, and he's talked about that. And that's perhaps one of the reasons why he's been doing this, because he's had a security bill of around £6 million per year, and security is one of his biggest issues. But yes, you're right. In detailing in the book the fact that he had killed 25 members of the Taliban during his time in Afghanistan, it has been warned by senior military figures, by politicians, that he's made himself a target, that he's increased the security risk to himself. And as you mentioned there, Iran now using this as ammunition against him and against Britain, and the West using it as a propaganda tool, saying, how can Britain preach about human rights when Prince Harry, in their words, is guilty of war crimes? I mean, that, of course, the government has kicked out and said you can't even remotely compare these things. The former Tory leader, Ian Duncan Smith, said it'd be laughable if you weren't talking about such a brutal and maniacal regime. But Prince Harry's certainly been criticised from all sides, really, for detailing that kill count in Afghanistan.